Up to the only census in recent history that this question wasn't included in was the 2010 census. Up through 2000, this question was included in the long form version of the census, which is given to 1 in every 6 households. So that's over 15% of people who were asked this question. Democrats are acting like it's some relic of some racist time in our country. In fact, they don't do their research. This question has been asked. President Obama was the only president in recent history to get rid of the question. Rob, Nancy Pelosi says that this type of question, notwithstanding that other Democratic presidents have held censuses with that included this question, Nancy Pelosi says it's unconstitutional to ask it. What is the basis of that claim?
Well, the basis of that claim is that Nancy Pelosi doesn't like what this administration is doing, and anything she doesn't like, she just says is unconstitutional. But she's wrong. It's not unconstitutional. It's entirely appropriate for when we are getting a count of all of the statistics about every person within the United States to know how many citizens do we have, how many non-citizens do we have. Not only that, but citizenship is actually important in some important legal issues that benefit minorities. For example, in Voting Rights Act lawsuits, one of the things that you look at is whether the voting strength of a population has been diluted. And the way you look at that is you compare the citizenship now with the citizenship percentage that it used to be. You can't know that if you don't know how many citizens live in a particular district.
Right, and I think that brings us to the question, why are liberals so opposed to this? What is so offensive about knowing how many citizens versus how many non-citizens are within the confines of our border? As you said, aren't the Democrats the party who has always advocated for bringing illegal immigrants out of the shadows that they shouldn't be living in hiding? And in order to accomplish that, I suppose, don't we have to know how many are here?
The Democrats' fiction is that they believe that their voting strength will be hurt if persons that would vote Democrat who are breaking the law would have to be held accountable for that. In this situation, a question, are you a citizen or not, they argue would make people that are here illegally not want to answer that question and confess to being in violation of the law. Similar argument to where, against the voter ID proposals, which required someone to show proof of their identity in order to vote. And the Democrats, again, didn't want that because they didn't want to track one person to a registered voter registration. So it's them trying to game the system
Right.
to get a political advantage instead of following the requirements of the Constitution.